Hello and welcome back to another episode of Skyrim on Nyxus Gaming. Divines are smiling upon us, and we are here in the town of Riften. Because next up on our list of stuff to do in this game is to do the Thieves Guild, one of my favorite guilds in the entire franchise, if I'm being honest. In order to do that, we gotta finally figure out what the hell Brynjolf is going on about here. We got to listen to his scheme here.
Glad to see you finally came to your senses. Ready to make some coin?
What do I have to do?
Simple. I'm going to cause a distraction. You're gonna steal Medesi's silver ring from a strongbox under his stand. Once you have it, I want you to place it in Branche's pocket without him noticing.
Why plant the ring on Branche?
There's someone that wants to see him put out of business permanently. That's all you need to know. Now, you tell me when you're ready, and we'll get started.
Are they even out here right now? They aren't even out here right now because of the stupid rain. This is gonna be boring if no one's out here, so let's wait till later in the day. Hopefully people will come out. We need Branche here, we need Medesi here. Oh, they're still not here. Let's wait 8 hours, hopefully it stops raining. Nope, nothing. We're gonna wait like 14, 15 hours to the next day. Why is it always raining in Riften? I swear. Makes it so hard to actually do anything. There they are. Everyone is here now. Okay. So I will warn you, once you do this little quest here, Branche will become unavailable to buy and sell stuff to in Riften. So if you want to keep another merchant here, then don't do the Thieves Guild, sadly.
Okay, lad. Ready to make some coin?
So why are we doing this to Branche again?
We've been contracted to make sure Branche remembers not to meddle in affairs that aren't his own. Now, since we're not the Dark Brotherhood, we're not going to kill him. We're just going to make sure he sits in the prisons for a few days.
He says a few days, but he stays in the prison indefinitely. Which is why I say you'll lose him as a merchant. Now, that might be fixed with the unofficial patch that I have, but in the vanilla game, I know he's just stuck in prison forever after that. So how am I supposed to do all of this?
Do you want me to hold your hand as well? You're going to have to sneak over to Medesi's stall and use your lockpick on the strongbox. Then, when you have the ring, you pickpocket Branche and leave it behind.
And the guard at the north gate was your man? If you remember, when we first entered Riften, we were stopped by a guard who wanted us to bribe him to get into the city. That's what he's talking about.
Aye, that he was. And you sniffed him out because he broke one of the cardinal rules of our business. He got greedy. He was told to run the scam on merchants, but he smelled the gold on you, and his judgment went out the window. Actually, I admire how you handled the situation. You kept your cool and you didn't kill him. That's the mark of a professional thief.
Alright, so I think I'm ready. Let's get this started.
Good. Wait until I start the distraction, then show me what you're made of.
Everyone,
upset about anything.
Gather round.
The city really gets
I have something amazing to show you that demands your attention.
bountiful.
This way, everyone. Over here.
I actually kind of want to see the whole distraction. I don't think I've ever seen it before. That's why I quick saved.
You need to hear this.
Is he actually gonna say anything? No?
No pushing, no shoving. Plenty of room.
If only I could provide more than this coin.
Come on, Brynjolf. What is it this time?
Patience, Branche. This is a rare opportunity, and I wouldn't want you to get left out.
That's what you said about the wisp essence, and it turned out to be crushed nerve root mixed with water.
Well, that was a simple misunderstanding. But this item is the real thing. Lads and lasses, I give you Falma Blood Elixir.
Fresh meats and produce.
Are you talking
Get them
about the
before
snow
they're gone.
elves?
The one and only. Mystical beings who live in legends and were masters of great magic. Imagine the power that coursed through their veins.
How did you get that then? No one's seen them in years.
My sources must remain a secret for their own protection, but I can promise you that the contents are genuine. One sip of the elixir and your wishes will be granted. Great wealth, everlasting life, or perhaps limitless power could be yours.
How much does it cost?
Only 20 gold septims. Hurry, before my supply is gone.
It's so good to see you again.
That much.
Who knows what power...
Yeah, nobody has that much, because I've kind of hoarded it all.
the elixir will unlock?
What if he's right? Maybe I'll buy one. This is ridiculous.
See into other people's thoughts.
I can't afford to get one. But can I afford not to?
Okay, is that about it?
Fresh meats and produce.
I think that's about it. Okay.
Before they're gone.
Alright, so we're just gonna sneak on over here, unlock the sliding door. Who sees me? Nobody sees me. Oh, who sees me?
All meats guaranteed.
Nobody sees. Who sees me?
Rock joint.
What the hell is going on? Okay, let's steal from this quick while no one sees me. We need to take his silver ring. Then we need to sneak on over to here. This is a great spot to do it from right here,
As a winter's morning.
where no one can really see you. Right behind where he's sitting. Let's do a quick save because my pickpocket skill is not very high. And we're just gonna put the silver ring on him.
Well, I see that my time is up. Come back tomorrow.
Make it quick.
Never seen me all wasted.
And there we go. Now we just speak to Brynjolf and tell him we did the deed.
Looks like I chose the right person for the job. And here you go. Your payment. Just as I promised. The way things have been going around here, it's a relief that our plan went off without a hitch.
100 gold. So, what's been going on?
My organization's been having a run of bad luck. But I suppose that's just how it goes. But never mind that. You did the job, and you did it well. Best of all, there's more where that came from. If you think you can handle it.
Oh, the money's nice. I think I can handle it.
All right then. Let's put that to the test. The group I represent has its home in the Ratway beneath Riften, a tavern called the Ragged Flagon. Get there in one piece, and we'll see if you've really got what it takes.
Alright, so we've actually already gone down there.
One slip up and I report you to the
We've gone down there when we went to get Esbern. But I want to wait around here. Because there should be a... Oh, yep.
Told me that it isn't this
Here we go.
everywhere. Maybe one day I'll venture out and see if she's right.
Have what? What in blazes are you talking about?
Don't play stupid. I said turn out your pockets. Now!
I'm telling you, I don't... Wait, what's this ring? This isn't mine!
What's these bills? Right, it isn't yours. You're under arrest, Branche.
Get
Your
them.
wife.
This is insane. I didn't steal anything. I never saw this ring before in my entire life.
We can do this one of two ways. You can walk with me to the cave where I can drag your lifeless body.
Protect
Your
yourself right.
choice.
Buy armor.
But I... Very well.
Suppose that's a noble cause. I'll settle this bill at
And the guard here is going to take Branche away for what I presume is forever. Now we need to get down into the Ratway and down to the Thieves Guild. We've actually been down there before, like I said, when we went to rescue Esbern. But we weren't in the Thieves Guild proper. We went down to the Ragged Flagon, which is like the front entrance to the Thieves Guild. That being said, the way over there should still be clear. There also should be a shortcut across here, yep. And it should be just down here. Okay. While we're here, I think I don't actually have it.
If you're looking for conversation,
This one is different.
We've all heard that one before, Bryn. Quit kidding yourself.
It's time to face the truth, old friend. You, Vex, Mercer, you're all part of a dying breed. Things are changing.
Not furs.
Dying breed?
It was a damn logging
What do you
caravan.
call that then?
Stay out of trouble, or there's gonna be trouble.
You won't let Mercy hear about this, will you?
Well, well. Color me impressed, lad. I wasn't certain I'd ever see you again.
I mean, getting here was pretty easy. It was empty. I killed everyone here before.
Reliable and headstrong? You're turning out to be quite the prize. So, now that I've whetted your appetite with our little scheme at the market, how about handling a few deadbeats for me?
the rest just writes itself.
Deadbeats, what'd they do?
They owe our organization some serious coin, and they've decided not to pay. I want you to explain to them the error of their ways.
Sounds good. Who are they?
Kirava, Bersi Honeyhand, and Helga. Do this right, and I can promise you a permanent place in our organization.
How did you want me to handle it?
Honestly, the debt is secondary here. What's more important is that you get the message across that we aren't to be ignored. A word of warning, though. I don't want any of them killed. Bad for business.
Consider it done, but will I get a cut?
Of course you'll get a cut. We take care of our own. Now, if you need any details on your marks, I'll be here. Get going.
Okay, well, let's
I'll be
get some
here
of
when
those
you're done.
details real
Have anything
quick.
for us yet?
What's Helga's story? We did a quest involving her and some marks of Dibella, which basically meant she slept with pretty much every man in town.
Helga is a devout follower of Dibella and dotes over the statue to the divine that she keeps at the bunkhouse. Use it as leverage, and she'll pay.
Okay, Kirava is, she's one of the people that owns the inn in town, one of the Argonians.
Kirava's stubborn, but she's got a soft spot for family. Talk to Talon Jay at the Bee and Barb, and see if you can get something out of him. They're well acquainted, if you catch my meaning.
And Bercy is the owner of the general store here in town.
He's as pig-headed a man as you'll ever find. The key is that ugly dwarven urn in his shop. Smash that thing to bits and he'll change his attitude. I'll
Alright.
be here when you're done.
So we got a few optional objectives here. I was going to point out the Galathil person here. She is the face sculptor. Basically, you talk to her and you can change how your face looks. There was a miscellaneous objective for her, but I guess I've already actually
Make it quick.
done it or talked to her already. Yeah, all her options are gray, meaning I've talked to her. Okay. So let's head on out of here and go collect some debts, spread some messages. Where was the shortcut? Over here, there we go. This will get better when we actually get into the Thieves Guild proper. We'll have a real shortcut. We won't have to go through the rat way anymore. Okay, so closest person is probably gonna be Bercy at his general store. Everyone's kind of on the other side over here. Alright, the Pond Prawn. So where is... is that the Dwarven Urn? Can't actually do anything with it right now.
Given, Bercy, and they'll keep taking and taking. When is it gonna end?
What would you have me do, woman? Cross the guild? Take them all on one by one?
You know I don't mean that. We need to find a way out of this. Perhaps talk to Layla.
Layla,
is as clueless as she's stupid. No. If anything's to be done about this, we have to deal with it ourselves.
Layla isn't even the Jarl anymore. She was the Stormcloak Jarl.
So, can I interest you in anything today?
Yeah, I have a message from Brynjolf.
What? Oh, it's one of you people. So Brynjolf doesn't even bother to show up himself anymore, eh? What's this message?
Simple. You don't pay, bad things happen.
Petty threats and fist-waving are not going to sway me. You people are all talk, and everyone knows it. You demand payment for protection, and you can't even protect yourselves.
Oh, we can protect ourselves, trust me. At least I can. I don't know any of these other people, I just met them, but I can.
Don't fool yourself. It's only a matter of time before you people are run out of Riften.
Look, I've had enough of this.
Likewise. Now I have a lot to do, so I'm afraid you'll just have to leave.
Alright, buddy. This thing, right? That's the Dwarven Urn? How do I smash it? I can't even push into it. Let's see. Let's actually do this. Yeah, see, it points right here. I figured there would be a dialogue option, maybe. Oh, maybe I'm going about this the wrong way. I just smash it.
Please, I don't have anything to pay you with. Don't destroy my urn.
This isn't happening.
It's a little late for that, Percy. It's a little late.
No! That urn was priceless.
I've seen thousands of them in the Dwarven ruins I've explored. You're fine, buddy.
No! That urn was priceless.
You want me to break anything else?
Alright, I get it. I'll pay on time from now on. Just don't smash anything else. Here, take your gold, and leave me in peace.
Alright. Well, that's one down. Next up, I guess we'll go see Kirava. Her whole thing is family. She runs this inn with her husband. Let's talk to her first, see what she thinks.
Here for... You want something or not?
I have a message from Brynjolf.
I've already told that buffoon that I'm not paying you people a single coin.
It was never a request, Kirava.
Look around you. I'm barely keeping this rat hole together. The war's seen to that.
The war's over, that's not an excuse. But whatever, it's just a waste of time talking to you.
Good, and take this little message back to your bosses. I'm not paying any of you a single septim. Ever! Now get out of my inn.
Alright, let's see what your husband has to say about that.
What do you want?
Oh, what do I want? You might want to talk some sense into your wife.
With the rumors going around about how poorly your guild's been doing, she's become much too bold. I'm not that foolish. The last thing I want is a war with your people.
Then help me convince her.
Look, I'm only telling you this because I care for her. Don't mistake this as acceptance for what you do. Kirava has some family at a farm just inside of Morrowind. If you mention you know about it, she might just listen to you. Just please don't harm anyone. I couldn't bear the thought.
Okay, buddy.
If you'll excuse me, I have other things to attend to.
I'm not paying you or Brynjolf a single coin. Now get out of my tavern.
Okay, you might not want to pay us, but, Oh, are you ready to pay, even though you just said you aren't going to pay?
No, and I never will. Now get out of my inn.
Okay, maybe I should just visit your farm in Morrowind.
How could you possibly know about... Please, my family means too much to me. Don't hurt them.
Pay up, and I'll forget about it.
Very well. Here. Take this back to Brynjolf and tell him he'll have no more trouble from me.
Alright, that's 2 down. We just gotta go see Helga now. She has a statue to Dibella that we gotta steal. Of course, I want to talk to her first, see what she thinks about this whole debt thing. Where is she? There she is.
It's you. Please, don't hurt me.
Oh, she already knows. I have a message.
I know who you are. You've been terrorizing the entire city. Please, there's no need for that here. Message understood. Here, I even have the payment.
Oh, nice and easy. No need to steal this statue here. Okay. Let's head back to Brynjolf then. Alright, sorry there, I had to pause, but I'm all back. Now we can go back to Brynjolf. Run around the edge here, back over to the Ratway for hopefully the last time we'll be going through there. Should unlock the shortcut after this. Whoops.
Protect yourself right.
Alright, down here. Around the corner and across the bridge. And it's to the left? Yeah, it's to the left. You're going to want to get used to seeing the Ragged Flagon because it's basically going to be our home for, I'd say, at least 8 episodes.
Stay out of trouble, or there's gonna be trouble. So, job's done and you even brought the gold. Best of all, you did it clean. I like that. Dumping bodies and keeping the guards quiet can be expensive.
Here's what they owed us.
Well done. And it would seem I owe you something in return. Here you go. I think you'll find these quite useful.
We got a few different potions, so what's next?
Judging from how well you've handled those shopkeepers, I'd say you've done more than simply prove yourself. We need people like you in our outfit.
If there's more gold where that came from, I'm in.
That's the spirit. Larceny's in your blood, the telltale sign of a practiced thief. I think you'll do more than just fit in around here.
Before we go, I have to ask.
What's on your mind?
Word is your outfit isn't doing well. Is that true?
We've run into a rough patch lately, but it's nothing to be concerned about. Tell you what, you keep making us coin, and I'll worry about everything else. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
Now, if there are no more questions, how about following me and I'll show you what we're all about.
Welcome to the cozy little family. I'm one of the lookouts for the guild. I watch Delvin's back.
Oh, good to know. I didn't ask, but good to know. Following Brynjolf now. We'll come back into here after we're done with Brynjolf. He's gonna actually induct us into the guild here. Got this nice little secret entrance.
Then you can ask your questions.
Okay, keep walking. I wasn't trying to ask questions. Walks so slow. So painfully slow. Going into the cistern. Are you gonna keep walking, or... Oh, there he goes. There's a man. There's a man standing there. Oh, there's a bunch of people over there.
Mercer, this is the one I was talking about. Our new recruit.
This better not be another waste of the guild's resources, Brynjolf. Before we continue, I want to make one thing perfectly clear. If you play by the rules, you walk away rich. You break the rules and you lose your share. No debates, no discussions. You do what we say, when we say. Do I make myself clear?
I don't like you. Is that clear? But, why are there rules? We're thieves. What's the point of rules?
I'll let that comment go because you're new here. Ask things out of turn again and we have a problem. Now, are we clear on all of this?
Again, I don't like you. Is that clear? Sure, I understand.
Good, then I think it's time we put your expertise to the test.
Wait a moment. You're not talking about Golden Glow, are you? Even our little Vex couldn't get in.
You claim this recruit possesses an aptitude for our line of work. If so, let him prove it. Golden Glow Estate is critically important to one of our largest clients. However, the owner has suddenly decided to take matters into his own hands and shut us out. He needs to be taught a lesson. Brynjolf will provide you with the details.
Mercer, aren't you forgetting something?
Oh, yes. Since Brynjolf assures me you'll be nothing but a benefit to us, then you're in. Welcome to the Thieves Guild.
Welcome to the family, lad. I'm expecting you to make us a lot of coin. So don't disappoint me.
So, how do I get my cut of the spoils?
Simple. Do as you're told and keep your blade clean. We can't turn a profit by killing. You should talk with Delvin Mallory and Vex. They know their way around this place, and they'll be able to kick some extra jobs your way. Oh, and talk to Tanelia in the Flagon. She'll set you up with your new armor.
Alright.
Hey, I'm not done talking to you yet.
He didn't have any other options.
Golden Glow Estate is a bee farm. They raise the wretched little things for honey. It's owned by some smart-mouthed wood elf named Arengoth. We need you to teach him a lesson by burning down 3 of the estate's hives and clearing out the safe in the main house.
What's the catch?
The catch is that you can't burn the whole place to the ground. That important client Mercer mentioned would be furious if you did.
Who cares? We're the Thieves Guild. What's so important about the clients?
The guild depends on an arrangement of influential people to keep things running smoothly. Without them at our backs, we'd be in serious trouble.
What should I do about Arengoth?
Maven prefers that Arengoth remains alive, but if he tries to stop you from getting the job done, kill him. The guild has a lot riding on this. Don't make me look foolish by mucking it up.
So he mentions Maven, as in Maven Blackbriar, who previously was the head of the Blackbriars, a very rich and powerful family in Riften. If you, however, do the Civil War storyline for the Legion, like I have, she becomes Jarl of Riften. So the Thieves Guild at this point in time is literally backed by the Jarl of the town. Tells you how corrupt this city really is. Alright, tell me more details about Golden Glow.
Golden Glow Estate brought in a mountain of gold for the guild. You could almost call it our sweetest deal. Then out of the clear blue, Arengoth stopped sending us our cut. Mercer was, well, angry to put it kindly. So we send in Vex and find out he's hired a bunch of mercenaries to guard the place.
Mercenaries? Not Riften guards?
Aye. Arengoth sent the city guard packing and fortified the entire island. In fact, Vex barely made it out of there alive. You should talk to her about it before you go.
How do I destroy the beehives?
They're built like small fortresses to resist the weather, but their one weakness is flame. Besides, nothing tells the people of Riften we mean business better than a huge column of smoke.
Why not just level the entire estate?
I'll give you one good reason. Maven Blackbriar. Burn all the hives, and she'd have to import honey for Blackbriar meadery, which would cut into her profits.
So she's the influential client?
We had an arrangement with Maven. We kept an eye on Golden Glow Estate to make sure the honey kept flowing. If the workers had a dispute, we'd rough them up. If competitors tried to buy honey from Arengoth, we'd steal the shipments. In return, Maven allowed us to extort Arengoth and bring in a huge payout.
So how dangerous is it to cross her?
Let me put it to you this way. Nothing happens in Riften without Maven's consent. One word from her, and you could spend the rest of the Fourth Era in prison.
Okay.
You watch yourself on that island. Those mercenaries don't take prisoners.
So before we leave, I want to point out a few people around here.
Got a minute? Wanted to say something.
We got Rune here. He wants to say something. He's not one I was looking for.
I've never seen anyone with skills like yours. I just wanted to let you know that if you need anything, you can talk to me.
How did he get your name?
My father told me he found me as a young boy in the wreckage of a ship that sank off of the coast near Solitude. All he found in my pocket was a tiny smooth stone inscribed with some sort of strange runes.
Do you know what they mean?
No one does. I've even taken the damn thing to the College of Winterhold. I must have spent every last coin I've made with the guild trying to find out what it means.
Maybe you aren't meant to know.
Perhaps. They could be nonsense, inane scribbles done by someone in idle boredom. But if not, if they actually mean something, they might tell me where I'm from, what ship I was on, everything.
So who gave you the name?
Actually, the fisherman who found me, the man I call my father, gave it to me. Thought it was fitting, I suppose. I never changed it because it never felt right to do so.
Well, I'll keep an eye out for anything.
I appreciate that.
Okay, so that's Rune. Let's just go clockwise around here. We'll take a look into some of these guild chests while we're at it, because there's some good stuff we can get here. All of these are free to loot now that we are part of the guild. And there are quite a few of them around.
Wanted to say something to you.
Oh, we got Sinric Indel. I guess everyone wants to talk to me here.
I think you're all right. In fact, I'm kind of impressed how well you're doing around here. Just keep it between us, okay?
How did you become so good at picking locks?
Pull up a chair, my friend. This is quite a tale. When I started out in this business, I wasn't really interested in the guild or being a thief.
With skills like yours, why not?
I didn't mean to imply I was earning an honest living either. With my lock-picking aptitude, I was a natural at jailbreaking. I made a great deal of gold doing it, too.
Jailbreaking? What's that?
It's where a client pays you to get arrested, and you get thrown into a prison for the express purpose of breaking out. Usually it's to free someone the client cares about, and sometimes to kill someone on their behalf. Either way, the trick was in the escape. That's where my strengths came in handy.
Why did he stop doing it?
Well, as a jailbreaker, you work alone. No guild to back you up. I do jobs for the Thieves Guild and the Dark Brotherhood, but if things didn't go as planned, I was on my own.
I think I see what you're getting at.
The last jailbreak I attempted failed. I was imprisoned in High Rock for 3 years before they let me go. After that, I promised myself I'd never do it again.
Why did he join the guild and not the Brotherhood?
I don't know. I think I realized that out in the world, my skills would bring me more wealth as a thief rather than an assassin. Killing someone in a jail is much easier than what the Dark Brotherhood deals with. I guess I wanted to play it safe. I already knew Delvin. I asked if I could join up, and that was that.
Okay, so that's Sinric. He's interesting. I will be right back once again. Alright, and we're back. Sorry about that. Should be the last time I have to pause this episode, though. This is Niruin. Let's just keep going around and meeting everyone in the guild, I guess. Niruin.
Come here a second.
Dude, I literally just talked to you. I'm here. How did you end up at the guild?
I used to live in Valenwood, working at my father's winery. We made the finest wine to ever cross your lips, I promise you. We were doing well. Plenty of coin, a huge mansion, and I was even betrothed to a lovely young woman.
Why would you leave all that behind?
Because it was dull. Every day was the same boring routine. Working at the winery, social visits with friends, parties with no one I cared about. I just wanted a little excitement. Something dangerous.
Like being a thief.
I hooked up with a guild in Valenwood. I think they called themselves the Silver Crescents. Spent quite a few years doing jobs for them. Made a lot of coin, but I didn't care. I didn't really need it. I was running with them because it fit. Made me feel alive.
How did you end up in Skyrim?
Well, after a while, my father caught on to what I was doing. He confronted me one night and gave me a choice. Either leave Valenwood, or he'd have me thrown into jail. Gave me a day to say my goodbyes to everyone.
That must have been difficult.
I ended up in Skyrim thanks to a contact I'd made when I was with the Crescents. Good old Delvin. He introduced me to Gallus, and that was it. I've been here ever since. And you know what? Despite what I left behind, I don't regret it one bit.
Gallus is a guy in the Thieves Guild that we'll learn about later. He is no longer in the Thieves Guild for, reasons. But, do you know anything about Golden Glow?
The honey they collect on that hunk of rock goes into making Blackbriar mead. Just about the best tasting mead in all of Skyrim.
Does the guild provide other services?
If talking your way out of trouble isn't enough, you could always pick up some training from Delvin, Vex, or Viper. Also, I recommend hitting the training room if you need lockpick practice. Helped me out of a jam more than once.
Alright. We'll of course go find the training room before we make our way out of here, because it is a good room to know about. We'll come over here, loot these chests. There's some good stuff in general in these that you might want to pick up once or twice. Lockpicks, potions, gold. And it's all free because we are part of the guild. Okay, I think everyone else is over here.
Go ahead.
Where? Oh, there she is. Sapphire. We've actually seen her out in Riften itself. We cleared a debt with her from Shadir, I think, a while back.
Look, if I was a little harsh before, I just wanted you to know it's because you were new. Know what I mean?
Yeah, so will you tell me your real name?
Look, I don't really know you. I don't even really know anyone here. Why do you care anyway? It's not like we're family. This is a business.
Something had to make you this angry.
Look, you want to know about me? All right, I'll tell you. I'll tell you about the time I was a young girl, barely out of her teens, living on a pig farm in the middle of nowhere. Didn't have a coin to spend between our entire family. Ate the same slop we fed our livestock.
Sounds horrible.
Oh wait, it gets much better. How about the fact that our farm was attacked by bandits, and that they killed my entire family who didn't even brandish a weapon against them? Here's the best part. They took me as a prize and violated me for a fortnight. Tossed me from bandit to bandit like...
Yeah, you don't have to continue.
It's fine. I had to tell someone, I suppose. Carrying around a weight like that, it hurts after a while. Cuts you inside like a dagger to the heart.
How did you escape?
Over time, I managed to gain their confidence. Then one night I grabbed a knife, waited until they fell asleep, and cut their throats. I never returned to that pig farm, you know. There's nothing for me there. So that's my sad story. What do you think?
You still never told me your real name, which was really the only thing I asked about.
Maybe one day. Just not today.
Okay.
I hope we bump
Mysterious.
into each other again.
I like it.
Interest you in some marksman training?
We've talked to Neroin. Etienne is another familiar one. If you remember when we invaded the Thalmor embassy with the party, we rescued this guy from their prison.
Ah, you made it. Good to see you, my friend. I'll never forget how you saved my life from those Thalmor maniacs.
And I don't think he really has anything else to say to us, just a quick thank you. So with that, I think we've hit, or talked to pretty much everyone in here except Viper here.
You're making waves around here. I like that. If you ever want to talk about anything, you let me know.
Yeah. How did you earn your name?
It was on a job a few years back. It was supposed to be a simple burglary on a house in Windhelm. I was working with Vex, and we got inside with no trouble. We found the loot, and made our way out.
Sounds normal to me.
Well, it was. Up until the point where we set foot outside. The house was surrounded by town guard. The client had ratted us out. Vex just tells me to run. So I did. Half of them went after me, the other half went after her.
Did either of you get caught? I mean, obviously not. You're both here.
Huh, are you kidding me? Vex lost them in seconds. Once she steps into the shadows, she vanishes. Me? I ran, and I ran, straight through the gates of Windhelm, and all the way back to Riften.
That's an incredible distance to run.
Vex was waiting for me at the flagon when I came in, drenched in sweat. Everyone just took a look at me and laughed.
Why were they laughing?
Well, I'd forgotten we had our horses tied up just outside of Windhelm. Vex rode hers back, and arrived hours before I did. So, that's how I earned the name. Now keep it to yourself.
I mean, I assume everyone already knows since they all laughed and gave you the name, so why do I have to keep it to myself? Touchy subject, I get it. Know anything about Golden Glow?
I wouldn't bother smacking at those hives with a weapon. Set them on fire, and they'll go up like kindling.
Okay, does the guild provide other services?
I'll point you to the first and last person you're ever going to need to talk to. Cornelia. She's the guild's fence. Treat her right, and she'll make you rich. Try and rip her off, and you'll have the whole guild to answer to.
Alright, he is also a pickpocket trainer too, if you need him. Thrin. These people just keep coming out. Who the hell are you?
Hey, I want to talk to you. Now.
Sure thing, buddy.
Pretty tough. I respect that. Bringing in a lot of coin for the guild. Making us look good, too. Let me know if you need anything, okay?
Dude, you look buff as hell. You were part of a bandit clan?
I joined up with them maybe 10 years ago.
Look at those arms. My god, they're like as big as his head. What the hell is this guy on?
But it was always about the killing for them.
20 men? They only need you, buddy.
Don't get me wrong. The first few years with that clan were some of the best years of my life. All the food I could eat, all the wine I could drink, and all the women I could bed.
So, what changed?
We raided a caravan one spring. I think it was a few wagons with some farmers moving to a new
Dude, look at the vein popping on that
Put up
arm.
much of a fight. All that was left were the women and the children. Then the leader of our clan, Garthek, he ordered us to kill the rest.
You'd never had to do that before?
No, we usually let them go. I refused to do it, and Garthek ordered the clan to kill me as well. Luckily, I had made some friends with the clan who immediately sided with me. We tore each other to pieces. After it was over, those of us that remained simply went our separate ways.
And Garthek?
I left his head on a pike at the wreckage of the caravan. Never knew what became of the rest of the clan that survived. I suppose they moved on, just like I did.
Okay. Sounds fun. Keep roiding up those arms. I don't think they're big enough. I think that is everyone inside the cistern, except for Mercer, who... I'm gonna be honest, I don't really care to talk to him. Can we make any potions while we're here? Nope, we cannot. Just past here should be the training room they were talking about. We got Rune in here, training on practice dummies. That's not going to do anything for you. What you're going to want to look to is these chests here. Whoa. I don't know what's going on with the light whenever I step in. There's like one spot that I stepped in. There. What the hell? Okay, we're going to ignore that. Or try to. Training chests. These chests are for practice use only. Please refrain from using them for storage. The locks on these chests have been specially constructed to reset themselves after a short amount of time. If you have any issues, please speak to Neroin. So yeah, you'll notice there's a novice lock, an apprentice lock, a adept lock, an expert lock, and a master lock. So basically you can just train your lock picking here by trying to unlock these. Easy as that. You get a little bit of XP. There is actually some stuff in them. You get a little bit of XP from the novice lock. If you look at the apprentice lock, we'll open this one next. Just like that. 16 more gold. At some point, we should be able to look back and see that the chests will indeed relock themselves. This is the Adept lock. Oh, other way. It's okay, we have over 100 lockpicks. We're fine. There we go. Take the 10 gold. The Expert lock is next. You can see my lockpicking has gone up considerably down at the bottom there, almost to level 82. In fact, I think we'll get that level up whenever we're done with this lock. Just like that, get a good bit of loot in this one here, actually. Take all of that. They haven't relocked yet. Oh, there's that light thing again. That's so weird. We'll try the Master Lock now. Let me go ahead and quick save before this one. And like any Master Lock, we're just gonna bounce around until we find the sweet spot. It's somewhere around here. And there we go. Easy. Easy Master Lock. And they haven't relocked yet. We might have to reload the area, but they do relock eventually. And you can just keep lockpicking them and leveling up your lockpicking skill. So that's a really good training area right there. Let's go ahead and head out to the Ragged Flagon again. We'll talk to some people there. We'll talk to Tanilla, get our guild armor, and we'll be close to finishing off the episode.
Brynjolf, eh? Let me guess. He just plucked you off the street.
Where is Tanilla? Tanilia, however you pronounce her name? Oh, there she is.
So you're the new recruit, huh? Well, looks like you and I are gonna have to get very well acquainted.
Why is that?
I'm the fence down here. You come by anything you don't exactly own, and I'll pay you some coin for it. Minus a little slice for the guild, of course. I can also provide a few supplies useful to our trade now and again, for a small fee.
Is there anything you don't charge for?
Sure. How about I get Dirge to knock you over your head and dump you into the cistern? Look, I've been in this business a long time, and I've seen all types. You can play it tough, or you can play it smart. Whatever. At the end of the day, you'll find that all we care about down here is how much gold you can make us.
Understood.
Good. Then there isn't much more to say. Here's your armor. Just make sure you put it to good use.
She gives us our Thieves Guild armor. Just like that. I want to talk to her again.
If you're looking for extra work, talk to Vex or Delvin. They'll fix you up.
What'll you give me for these? That's the option to open her shop.
Rate. Let's take a look at them.
And I believe... Oh no, she only has 1,000 gold. I thought fences were supposed to have 5,000. I was hoping to unload some of these more expensive items, but I guess we'll have to hold off on that. Oh well, you can take that. You don't have to sell stolen stuff to her. She'll take anything if you have the merchant perk that I have. Let's see, 27. Take a couple of those. And I think that'll be it. Do you provide any other services?
Well, you could always speak to Delvin or Vex if you're looking for extra work. Or if you're looking for training, we've got plenty of it down here. Delvin, Vex, Neerwin, and Vipper can give you a leg up on that.
Alright. Let's go ahead.
Two things perfectly clear.
I'm not trying to talk to you, Vex. I'm not...
All eyes are on you, lad. Don't disappoint.
We'll end off. We'll talk to Dirge over here. Can you shut up, Vex? I'm nowhere near you.
No questions, no excuses.
We'll talk to Dirge, and then we'll probably end the episode off here.
Better not. I don't care if you're best buddies with the Guildmaster. I'll still smash in your skull if you try anything.
Why do they call you Dirge?
They call me Dirge because I'm the last thing you hear before they put you in the ground. Why?
Look at those mutton chops. No way. That name would scare anyone.
Oh yeah? I think so too. You're pretty smart. Hey, here. Have one on the house.
So I met your brother up in Riften.
Maul? Yeah. That jerk works for Maven Blackbriar now. Left me down here watching this garbage heap. I guess he's better at all that talking stuff anyway. I just mess everything up.
So yeah, Maul was the guy that stopped us pretty much as soon as we entered Riften for the first time. This is his brother, Dirge.
Until next time.
Alright, so like I said, we're going to end it off there. Next time, we're going to probably start with talking to Vekel the Man. He is at the counter there. I think that's actually his name, Vekel the Man. Yeah, Vekel the Man. He is a man, obviously. And then we'll do a small thing for him, then we'll talk to Vex and Delvin and get going with the main guild quest line. But that's going to be next time. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye!